Hi everyone, welcome back to Hime to Otome no Yakimochi LOVE, episode 4. So we're about to find out what this girl Belleage is up to. So near the end of episode 3, she dragged the main character Kazuki into this club room. So if you remember from episode 2, Belleage had trouble with onigiri and Kazuki helped her. So she's one of the international students that was mentioned by the Kingdom of Stanhal. So the school, or actually Kazuki's father's school, got sold to the Kingdom of Stanhal. Or more like the Kingdom of Stanhal bailed Kazuki's father out. So as a result, the school is going to have more international students and is going to serve as a bridge between Stanhal and Japan. So while things are going better between Belleage and Kazuki, I'm not sure about the Alize and Marjoline side. So Alize is a princess and she's madly in love with Kazuki. And it's like, well, I've had my heart and mind set for Kazuki-sama for a very long time, and I'm finally happy that I got this chance to meet with him. And for Marjoline, well, I'll say that she's forcefully pushing Kazuki to become a couple with Alize. More on the lines of, well, you owe us a favor. So our kingdom had to bail your father out for his mistakes, the fact that he gained so much debt. So there needs to be some kind of payment. And in their sense, it's like, well, if Alize really loves Kazuki, then I think it'll work out if they become a couple. But I don't think the same is true the other way around. So anyways, putting that aside, let's see how it goes with Belleage. So she wants Kazuki to call her Belle for simplicity. Okay, so she says, please do. So Kazuki's like, I'm surprised. Isn't Belle the only international student who's already participating in club activities? So it's only been a few days and she's already signed up to a club. Oh, so this is the manga research department, or the manga club. And it's strange that she hasn't dropped out of this club. And the details of the activities hasn't been communicated to student council, so it's easy to imagine why she chose this club after their first interaction. So even for Kazuki, by the way, he's the student council president, it's like, well, I don't know what this club is doing and they never tell us. And technically, he has the authority to shut this club down. It's like, well, it's wasting resources and there's no point of keeping this open, and I can use this space for something better. Okay, so aside from Kazuki helping Belleage with onigiri, he also introduced tea to her, and now she's brewing tea for him. So, tea. This is teapot, and it's a device to brew green tea. I know that very well. So don't forget, I introduced that to you. So which do you prefer? You want sugar or honey? Well, I'm not familiar with either of them. So I think he drinks it the natural flavor. So basically, tea does not have much flavor and it's not sweet. Anyways, it tastes good. If you try it, you'll find that sweet green tea is not that bad at all. So I think Kazuki is trying out adding sugar or some kind of sweetener to the tea. Well, in contrast to me, who is unexpectedly healed, Belle is fiddling with her knee looking restless. Oh, so we get an option. So this option will help the game decide if we're going to go to the Belleage route or not. But unfortunately, if you pick the option that takes you to the Belleage route, it's going to have an H scene. So let's see which option is the one that skips this. I'll say this the second one. So this is a bit sudden, but what do international students talk about with each other?
私たちは寮なので、お洗濯のこととか、あとは寮のお食事はヘルシーで美味しいですねとか。
Well, one, we live in a dormitory, and I have to worry about laundry and the stuff and food. Oh, so food is healthy and delicious. I hear it wrong.
的外れなことを言いましたか？どのようなことをお答えすれば。
Wait, so did I say something out of line? So how should I answer? Uh-oh.
ご心配をおかけしてしまっているんですよね。私たちがうまく打ち解けられていないせいで。
So I'm causing your concern. Am I? It's because, we haven't been able to open things up properly. Well, I'm actually aware... Oh, so I'm acutely aware of my lack of power as the student council president.
和樹さんはご立派な方です。私はよく知ってますから。
But Kazuki-san is a wonderful person. I know him very well. Yeah? Well, it's hard to be told that when there's no results. So, it's easy to make praises, but I haven't really done anything significant to help you. So, it's flattery. So, drink honey flavor green tea all at once. Well, I have to repay your trust, so leave it to me.
信じます。あなたは天才ですものね。
Well, I believe you. You're a genius, aren't you? Well, that's what it is. And on the other side of the door, so in the hallway, we see angry Marjoline and Alize. Okay, what's next? So after school... So during lunch break, I said something bold to Belle, and naturally, I got fired up. Okay, so now we have Nanoka, the senior senpai. So I feel like I'm disappointed in the student council's request for re-election. Our school is heading in the exact opposite direction to what I am aiming for. So basically, I did a bad job and I don't think I'm fit. So the school is heading in the wrong way. So until yesterday, there wasn't that much of a confrontation. And is there a triggering incident?
蓄積じゃない？出花って言うけど、新体制になってもう1週間だよ。
Isn't that just an accumulation? You say it's a bit of a nose, but it's been a week since we started this new system. What system?
会長、再選挙の告知ポスター100枚貼り終えました。選対委員の会議が今日の5時からなので、よろしくお願いします。
So, Chairperson, Kaicho, I finished posting 100 posters announcing the re-election. So the election committee meeting will start at 5 p.m. today, so please join us. Well, I think you're saying that you don't have to change your attitude every time. And the last poster that Sara placed on the, reception table reads, so, Inamori Academy Student Council Officer Election, in parentheses. And the fact that this is proposed as the consensus opinion of the international students is a source of headache.
これだけの規模の留学を受け入れて、言っちゃえば学園の仕様を変えようってことでしょ?
So, by accepting a study abroad program of this scale, you're saying that we're going to change the specifications of the school, right? So now that everything is different, now that there are many international students, it's going to mean that we'll have to change how the school runs and all the policies and the culture and likewise, well, you know. So are you saying that you get flustered when everything is dismissed as it's already decided, so that's how it is?
生徒会不満を抱え込むくらいなら早めに海を出した方がいいってことよ。
Hold on, I went too fast. So let's see what Kazuki had to say previously. Okay, so
生徒会選挙はしたばかりだから次の選挙はあと1年待ってってわけにはね。
Okay, and then it was like
不満を抱え込むくらいなら早めに海を出した方がいいってことよ。
Okay, so let's see what Nanaka and Sara had to say. So Nanaka was like, well, we just held the student council election, so there's no reason to wait another year for the next election. And then for Sara, it's like, well, it's better to get rid of this as soon as possible than to harbor dissatisfaction. So let's just get this over with, basically. Okay. And surprisingly, Sara's opinion is kind of true.
私は絶対に再選して戻ってくるから、副会長として。
Well, no matter what happens, I'll be re-elected as the VP of the student council. So, I'm safe. Well, I'm also a candidate. And I wonder who he'll compete against.
どれくらい候補者が集まるかしら。アリーゼちゃん？お姫様は確実に押されるでしょうね。
So we know that Nanaka was the student council president, and she's retired and is kind of like the advisor now. And for Nanaka's like, you know, there might be another candidate, so Princess Alize. And she might be a favorite, so Alize-chan.
いくら留学生が多いと言っても、9対1くらいで在校生の方が多いよね。
And no
普通に
matter
選挙で済ませていいの？
no matter how many new international students there are right now, the ratio of the current students outnumbers them about 9 to 1. So shouldn't we just vote normally? So even though there are more international students, it hasn't dramatically changed the student body. So it shouldn't be
選挙したいって言ったのは向こう。
too much different. And Versard's like, well, I was the one who said I wanted the vote. Or to vote. And I can tell you that I would like to take the form of appointing at least one student who is an international student. So I want to expand this student council and have one representative for the international students. And I'm sure we know who that person will end up being.
カズキはどっちの味方なの？
Wait, so whose side are you on, Kazuki? Well, so I'm neutral. I'm the chairman. I'm the president. So I have to be fair to all people. International or not.
なんだろう、私冷静じゃないみたい。
I'm sorry. Well, I don't seem to be calm. Sara held her head and took a deep breath.
かわいそうに。カズキくんは全くひどい人だよ。
Yeah, poor person. Well, Kazuki-kun is an absolutely terrible person. And she's looking down. So Senpai's glare as she rubs Sara's back touches my heart. So he's treating you poorly, right?
カズキくんは放っておいても平気だろうし、お姉さんはサラちゃんの選挙をサポートするからね。
Well, Kazuki-kun will be fine, and if we leave him alone, then One-san will support Sara-chan's election. So, me.
ありがとうございます。
Well, thank you very much.
まあまあ、双方の見解や主張を並べるだけでも意味があるわけだし、前向きにね。
Well, it's meaningful to just list the views and claims from both sides. So, be positive. That's true.
絶対負けないんだから。
Well, I'll never lose. And since when did Sara become such a belligerent person? Well, I'm sure it's obvious. So, when she finds out that Kazuki is living with Alize, and the fact that Alize is taking advantage of this, so using her princess privileges to become closer to Kazuki, that's enough to make Sara jealous. Well, angry, let's say.
バカ。
Idiot.
生徒会選挙は私には縁のないことですが。
And surprisingly, Belleage is eavesdropping on the conversation. So, student council election, does it have something to do with me?
でも和樹さんと。
But with Kazuki-san,
いかがなさいますか、姫。
And what about Alize and Marjoline? Okay, so Marjoline's like, how are you doing, Hime-sama or princess?
私、和樹様のお力になりたいの。そのためなら、どんな困難にだって立ち向かえるつもり。
I want to help Kazuki-sama. To that end, I'm willing to face any difficulties.
ならば、おのずと答えは出るというものです。
Then the answer will come naturally.
和樹様の傍ら、すなわち副会長の座こそが最も姫のお心に沿う肩書きになるものかと。
Besides Kazuki-sama, I think the position of the VP of the Student Council is the title that will best suit Hime or Princess.
とっても素敵。ぜひそうしましょう。
Well, it's nice, and let's do that.
お集まりいただきありがとうございます、皆様。
So, I'm seeing a growing problem. So we know that Sara is the current VP and is up for re-election, but now she's going to have to compete with Alize, and we know that Sara isn't really on good terms with Alize, given all the things that happened. And it kind of feels like the only reason Marjoline and Alize want to become the VP of the student council is just to be closer to Kazuki. And I'm sure they're going to hide the truth from everyone. So it looks like Marjoline is helping run the campaign for Alize. So thank you for coming, everyone.
本日より選挙活動解禁。姫は副会長に立候補し、威信をかけて選挙戦に臨まれます。
Okay, so the ban on campaigning has been lifted from today. So Hime will be running for vice president and will be putting her prestige at stake in the campaign.
対立候補は現職の雨宮沙羅様。生徒の信任も厚く、和樹様とは幼馴染として気の置けない関係にある方です。
Her opponent is the incumbent Sara Amamiya. So she has a lot of trust from the students and has a comfortable relationship with Kazuki-sama as a childhood friend. And Sara knows what's going on, so... And it seems that Nanaka enjoys the rivalry and the competition. So that's cute.
胸に手を置き、祖国を思いなさい。あなたに流れる血潮の熱は何を意味するものですか？
Put your hand
その
on
心は答えを知っているはずです。
Put your hand on your heart and think of your homeland. What does the heat in your blood mean? Your heart should know the answer.
あなた方は己の忠を行いによって示すことができる幸せ者です。大いに喜び、励みなさい。
You are the lucky ones who can prove your loyalty through your actions. Be very happy and encourage yourself.
打倒雨宮沙羅。達成目標は心の森学園生徒会の完全掌握。
Uh-oh. So, our plan is to defeat and overthrow Amamiya Sara. The goal is to have complete control over the Inomori Academy Student Council. And the supporters, yep, sure. Wait, let's see.
じゃあそういうことで。
So, okay, we'll do it. And that's it. So only 2 days have passed since the announcement, and the atmosphere at the school seems to have become tense to the limit.
和樹様。
And just like that, Alize goes up to Kazuki. So Kazuki-sama? And just hearing Alize call out to me like this makes some students look dissatisfied.
お昼ご飯はご一緒にいかがですか？今日もマリーがたくさんお弁当を作ってきてくれ。
So would you like to have lunch with us? Mari made a lot of lunch boxes today. And the jealous Sara. At this point, Sara does not have the guts to barge in and say, wait a minute.
雨宮様、ごきげんよう。
But anyways, so Alize reaches out to Sara, so, Amamiya-sama, good day! Sara, noticed by Alize, comes in looking a little uncomfortable.
横からごめんなさい。会長は私たちとね。 あれが生徒会の用事があるから。
I apologize from the side. Kazu, no. Kaicho is with us, right? And that's because the student council has something to do with.
生徒会が解散したと聞きましたが。
Huh? But I heard that the student council has been disbanded.
選挙の対策のことで、あれがあるから。
Wait, so there's something about the election planning?
生徒会長の立候補は和樹様だけだったのですよね。再任が確定したのでは。
But for the president, there's only one candidate, so Kazuki-sama. So basically, it was just a confirmation.
和樹様って呼ばないで。
Hey, don't call him Kazuki-sama. So now Sara's starting to show her emotions. Wait, so what's that?
そんな、あんなにたくさんのお弁当、一人では食べきれません。
Okay, so let's see what Kazuki said previously. Oh, so I have no intention of favoring anyone in this election, and if it causes unnecessary misunderstanding, well, I'll just go to the school cafeteria by myself. And then Alize's like, well, I can't eat that many lunchboxes myself. So Marjo or Mari-san made too much, and I need company. And it's like, well, we know. So Marjoline wants Kazuki to share the lunch. Well, I'll just go home and eat then. So whisper in the ear. Oh wait, so you're talking in secret. Okay, so Kazuki's whispering to Alize. And where did Sara, the hard-working person who can manage her attitude so well? Well, I'm sure this is much different than the usual stuff. Now, there's one thing that Kazuki should understand is that what's happening is a lot different than the usual activities. So, while Sara is able to remain calm in most situations, having a princess using her charms to attract Kazuki and taking him away, that's not going to make many people calm, especially for Sara. So anyways, it looks like he went to the manga club, or the manga research club, that Belleage is part of. So, unfortunately, the poison of the election has spread to every corner of the school, and the people like me are even worried about where we should be. And hopefully some tea from Belleage would calm him down. So please have some tea. Sorry, well, thanks though. You look tired. Well, I'm in trouble, and even though it's an election, I don't know what the theme should be. But first, we don't know much about how Japanese schools work. Well, I feel bad that we have not been able to create a welcome atmosphere for everyone who is new to life in this country. Well, I heard that this contact was not reached. I thought we had gone through to each other, and everyone was surprised. Exactly. From that old guy. Or his dad. Uh-oh. Some more stares from, well, Alize.
おやめください。高貴なるお方がそのようにドアの隙間に顔をつけるなど。
Well, I'm not sure about Marjoline. So she's like, well, please stop. A noble person should put her face in the gap. Oh, so should not put her face in the gap of the door like that.
マリー、私、なんだかあまり愉快ではないの。
Mari, I'm not happy for some reason.
和樹様もベルアージュさんも、私が知っているよりも、少し。
Between Kazuki-sama and Belleage-san, there's a little more to it than I know. So something fishy is going on.
そうですね。人見知りでおとなしいベルアージュ様が、和樹様には特別な表情をお見せになっていらっしゃるような。
That's right. So that shy and quiet Belleage-sama seems to be showing a special expression to Kazuki-sama?
一流の手札にまんまというところでしょうね。
Well, I
和樹
guess
様は大層表になるようですから。
it's a matter of being a top-notch master. Kazuki-sama seems to be very popular.
お二人は、もしかして。
Or maybe it's that you two...
This is an absolute banger.
Hi everyone. So, unfortunately, I had to cut out the rest of the conversation between Alize and Marjoline. So once again, Alize is deeply in love with Kazuki, and once again, she really wants to be intimate with him. And when she sees Kazuki with other people, it kind of gives her the feeling that he's being too distant from her. So Marjoline mentions that Alize has very serious competitors that she'll have to go up against. So Sara, Nanaka, and even Belleage. So anyways, let's see what happens next. So it's now night at the Kazuki household. And let's see, he says... you two are staying up quite late today.
和樹様、大事なお話をしていましたので。
Wait, Kazuki-sama? Yes, so we are talking about something important.
野暮ですよ、和樹様。
Such a noob, Kazuki-sama. And it's rare to get kicked out. So, is it about the student council elections? And I guess it can't be helped since I've decided not to interfere or support anyone. So basically, be neutral to all the candidates. Okay, I'll take a break first.
おやすみなさい。
Good night, says Alize. Okay, so what's next? And you can see Alize and Marjoline have very serious expressions.
物音にお気をつけください。
Okay, so for some reason, they want to sneak up on Kazuki while he's sleeping. So Marjoline's like, please be careful of the noise. Yes, says Alize.
寝つきのいい方ですね。大丈夫そうです。
So,
こちらへ。
okay, so he's a good sleeper, and it looks like you'll be fine, princess. So come over here.
和樹様が眠っている間にこんなこと、ご迷惑ではないの？それに、とてもはしたないように思うわ。
This kind of thing happens while Kazuki-sama is asleep. Isn't it a nuisance? And besides, I think it's very unfortunate. So, they're having the wrong ideas. So, while he's sleeping, he's like a beast. And he lets his animal instincts out. Which, I'm not sure if it's true or not. Or basically, Marjoline is giving Alize the wrong ideas.
これはあくまで練習。よろしいですね。脳幹です。
So, this is just practice, okay? So, this is like a lesson for you. Wait, what lesson?
脳幹。
Lesson. Okay, I don't think Kazuki is fully asleep, so he's like,
それでは早速。はい。
Well then, let's get started, okay? Okay, so it looks like the lesson will begin. So I'll be cutting this lesson out from this episode, and I'll mention why on the other side. So, hold on for a minute. Okay, so I'm back, and yes, what happened was a partial H scene. And it's a little bit like what happened in Loki Love Volume 1. So, I played the Steam version, and what happened in the full 18 plus version was that near the end of the introduction, or the demo portion, Hiwa makes her desperate attempt to convince the main character, Ichitaro, to stay with her, and she ended up going to H to convince him. And likewise, it did work out because it got Ichitaro to reveal his true feelings to Hiwa the following night, and vice versa. So Hiwa admitting that she really wanted to be with Ichitaro. So here, Marjoline was giving Alize a lesson and was instructing Alize on how to charm Kazuki. And I wonder if Kazuki was really asleep or he pretended to be asleep. But either way, you can see here that Alize is happy, and I wonder if she feels that, this will bring me one step closer to Kazuki-sama. So anyways, it's now the next day at school, and let's see how it goes. Okay, so it says, a morning with Alize's light humming somehow resonates in my heart. And the gaze directs at us as we walk together in the hallway is still mixed with something prickly. So Alize is next to Kazuki, and it's generating unwanted attention from the other classmates. Alize, well, I know you don't have any other intentions.
私の中には和樹様への思いしかありません。
Yes, and I only have feelings for Kazuki-sama. And she says this in front of many people. Well, I have decided to sleep with the raccoon yesterday, and I haven't talked about it with Alize or Majako. And Alize is also supposed to be trying to hide what happened yesterday, but she is too excited.
やだ、私ったら押し付けがましい言い方をして、お気になさらないでくださいね。
No, well, if I were to speak in a pushy way, well, please don't mind me, okay? Well, I'm sure all these comments are going to fuel more jealousy to the other people. And I don't think Alize knows that. Or she does, but doesn't mind. Wait, so are you saying that right now?
私たちにはまだ少し お互いを理解する時間が必要なのですよね。
Okay, so we need more time to understand each other. That's how they
待っ
say
てい
it.
ます。私ももう少し練習準備したいことがありますし。
I'll be waiting, and I'll practice more to prepare. There's something I need to do. Oh, okay, so Marjoline is watching Alize from behind, and it's like, you have to say the right words. And if Alize stumbles, then Marjoline gets mad. And I think she's doing the same thing to Kazuki as well. I ignored the deliberate coughing. So, ahem. And as expected, Sara would be jealous. And then there's the bad things from Sara.
じゃなくて改造。朝からその子女性と腕を組んで歩くだなんて。
Wait, Kazuki, no, Kaicho? Wait, I can't believe he's been walking, arm to arm with that lady since this morning. Huh?
校内の風紀を考えていただかないと困ります。
Well, if you don't think about the morale within the school, we'll be in trouble. So it looks improper. So cultural differences should be respected, but yeah, well, it kind of makes sense. And when I untie my arm, Alize pinches the elbow of my uniform with a lonely look. Wait, so he wants to separate from me? Kazuki-sama?
そんな顔されたらこっちが悪者みたいじゃない。
And Alize is giving that puppy dog look to Sara. So Sara's like, if you look at me like that, it makes it seem like I'm the bad person. So Alize's like, please, Alize, please don't feel bad. Sara doesn't mean any harm either.
私も女ですもの。分かっています。
Well, I'm a lady too, and I understand what she's thinking of.
和樹様ほどの素敵な方にそういった方がいらっしゃらない方が不自然ですものね。
Okay, so wouldn't it be unnatural for someone as wonderful as Kazuki-sama not to have someone like me?
ちょっと待って。
Wait a minute.
宣戦布告？何をバカにして。負けないから。だったら絶対負けないから。
Hold on, I went too fast. So let's see what Alize said previously. So let's go to log.
私頑張ります。
Okay, so Alize's like, well, I'll do my best.
宣戦布告？何をバカにして。負けないから。だったら絶対負けないから。
So is this a declaration of war? How dare you make a fool of me? Well, I won't lose. And if that's the case, then I'll never lose. And is it about the elections? Well, it's about enthusiasm.
人事ながら痛々しいまでの板挟みですね。
And even though it's someone else's problem, I'm painfully caught in the middle.
和樹くんったら。
And it looks like the senior senpai, Nanaka, is not impressed. Okay, anyways, at school, so Alize immediately gets up from her seat at Majiko's urging. And there are only a few days left until the election and voting.
本 本日は16時より大講堂でスピーチを予定しております。原稿が直前になってしまい、大変申し訳ないのですが。
Okay, so there is a scheduled presentation. So you have to give a speech in the large auditorium at 4 p.m. And I'm very sorry that the script was sent at the last minute. So I'm going to write an announcement or a speech that you're going to recite, and hopefully it's going to gain more support for you.
すぐ頭に入れるわね。
I'll put it in my head right away. So I'll memorize this as much as I can and try to recite it normally.
和樹様ではございませんが、立場あるお方に推薦人もお願いしてありますので、軽くご挨拶だけでも。
Well, it's not Kazuki-sama, but I've asked someone in a position to recommend this. So I appreciate if you could just say a quick hello. Hey, don't mention my name every time. So it sounds like I'm the bad person as well. And no matter how much pressure is applied, I will maintain a neutral position. And since I'm the only one who will be re-elected as the student council president, I will only work after this election is over. So normally I would be running and trying to push my campaign and get support, but since I'm the only one, I'm going to win by default. And then it's like, well... Okay, so putting all the student council election stuff aside, Nanaka's here, so don't do it. Or, hello! Wait, what? Oops! I fell. Or he fell. Well, I didn't think you would jump up from behind. So it was surprising.
重傷ね。普段の和樹くんだったら、やすやすと背中を取られるようなことはなかったでしょうに。
So he looks ill. And if it was the normal Kazuki-kun, then he would not have fallen that easily. Wait, so am I a samurai? Well, I'm buying it.
世話が焼けるんだから。はいはい、こっちね。
Well, it looks like you're having some problems, so I'll take good care of you. So come over here. And for some reason, Senpai helps me up, intertwines our fingers, and leads me away. And they go right to the student council room. So although I've known my senpai for about a year, the nature of our relationship is quite deep.
まったくこの子は、お姉さんは君をこんな風に育てた覚えはないよ。
So this kid is nothing like this. I don't remember your One-san raising you like this, do you? So you do seem abnormal today. And I could imagine the anger looking behind that smile from the strength of her hands as she pulls me into a chair from behind.
サラちゃんの様子、気にかけてあげてる？あの子、朝からずーっと眉間にシワが寄りっぱなしよ。
So, are you paying attention to Sara-chan's condition? She's been having wrinkles between her eyebrows since this morning. Okay, so at least on Sara's side, she gets help and support from someone experienced in the student council. So, Nanoka.
かと思ったら、これもんでため息。あれはイラついてる自分への自己嫌悪ね。
I thought about it, but then I sighed. That's just self-loathing for being irritated. I have something in mind. And not to be outdone, I sigh as my senpai or senior pretends to sigh.
あるのに放置なんだ。細やかな気配りに定評がある君がね。
You have it, but you're leaving it alone, and you've known for your meticulous attention to detail. So you're always careful about everything, but today it seems different. So I think Nanaka feels that you don't seem to understand or realize that Sara is very angry to the point where it's ruining her health and her beauty. Hey, please don't bully me.
簡単に答えて落ち込んじゃうし。そんな玉じゃないでしょ。
Well, please don't. Let's see. So you'll easily tolerate it and get depressed. And you're not that kind of ball, are you? So you're not that weak, right? And Senpai's arms wraps around my neck from behind.
可愛い後輩のこんな弱ったところを見せられちゃうと、お姉さんは心配なんだな。
So One-san must be worried when she sees such a weak side of her cute kohai or junior. Wait, she's too close.
お姫様とはもっと近かったんでしょ？
But you're close to the princess or Hime-sama, right? Wait, could you refrain from calling Alize princess? And it seems that's a confidential matter.
ごまかした。
So, cheating. Senpai pinches my cheek while holding me from behind.
なんか引っかかる。さては、アリーゼちゃんとのことで触れられたくない何かがあったのかな？
I'm confused. Now then, is there something you don't want me to mention about Alize-chan?
そうやってすぐ顔に出す。
Hee hee. I'll show it on my face right away like that. Hey, so please stop guessing. And as for the reason why Alize is here, well, I've talked about this before.
ごまかすの下手だし。
Well, I'm not good at cheating. So Senpai tightens her arms around my neck so that her chest and back are so close that I can't see the shape of her.
私と1年も一緒にいて、こうやって食いつかれたら諦めるしかないって学習しなかったの？言うまで離れないよ。
So haven't been with me for a year, and haven't you learned that if you get eaten up like this, you have no choice but to give up, and I won't leave you until I say so. Okay, so we get an option about how Kazuki will respond now that he's being held by the senior girl Nanaka. So I'm going to end the episode here, and we'll see what happens next. So I'm sure this is the option that lets the game decide whether or not we'll go to Nanaka's route. And if you pick the right option for Nanaka's route, you'll have to go through a mandatory partial H scene. So I'm actually going to rewind and go back to the option with Belleage. So hold for a minute. Okay, so I'm back at the option for Belleage, and I was wrong. So this option does not lead to any partial H scene for Belleage. So I already picked the second option, so to consult. So let's see what the first option is about. So it's asking Belleage how things are going. Okay, so Kazuki's asking Belleage, but I can't believe you're already participating in club activities. And are you getting along with the other club members?
何度かお会いしました。先輩方は今年受験であまり部には参加できなくなると。
Well, I met them several times. So the senpais or seniors are taking entrance exams this year, so they won't be able to participate in the club much. And I'm sure the senpais and seniors, they're happy to have someone younger join the club, because I'm pretty sure at some point or very soon they're going to have to retire and leave the club. And we've seen in many visual novels that if the club doesn't have enough members, it can't sustain being a club, and it'll get shut down and replaced with a club that appears more sustainable. So more members, a clear purpose, and an advisor willing to support the club.
優しい方々でしたよ。山崎監督作品の話をしていただきました。
And they were kind people, weren't they? And they talked about director Yamizaki's work. Also, Yamizaki. There you go. And Belle smiles bitterly as the worry shows on her face.
ご心配をおかけしてしまっているんですよね。私たちがうまく打ち解けられていないせいで。
So we're causing concern, aren't we? It's because we haven't been able to open things up properly. Well, I'm acutely aware of my lack of power as the student council president.
和樹さんはご立派な方です。私はよく知ってますから。
Okay, so this is where the other option will take us. And I'm going to end the episode here, and we'll see how the student council VP election continues. So it's obvious that Alize is only running for student council VP just to be next to Kazuki if she wins. And in a sense, it is kind of like she's cheating. So she's using her authority as princess to gain support and leverage. And it kind of feels like Marjoline is in the background working to make it happen. But thankfully, on Sara's side, she has support from the former student council president, Nanaka, the senpai. And for me, I really feel that Alize will have trouble handling the duties of being a VP of the student council. So anyways, we'll see how all this continues next time.